Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Moran here from Kellenberg Lacrosse again. Just want to follow up with our video from yesterday. The other day we went over shoreline dodging. What I did on the board here behind me to kind of help us is just kind of draw out what I mean by the three areas of the field. Now this is aimed mainly at the attack. Let me get my marker over here. Remember, the shoreline is that area of space from about 3 feet behind the cage, right, to about 3 feet off the end line, right? And we talked about how in this area it's a great time to kind of shore up your defenseman, right? Get a good read on him, see what kind of a defenseman is he? Is he over aggressive? Is he slower than you? Maybe he's faster than you. Maybe he's timing your checks up. And one of the things we talked about vital in that area is your change of speed, right, and your change of direction, right? Always making sure that you're not just running at one speed, giving you the defender a chance to time their checks on you, rather constantly slowing your speed, picking up your speed, running in a zigzag-like pattern across the end line. This way it's not so predictable, all right? Also, you want to always make sure when you're in the shoreline that you have your head up so that you can feed if you see somebody open so that you're always a threat, all right? Remember we talked about stick protection, right? We're getting your hand up. So today, what I want to do is I want to go through dodging at the apex, right? So you can kind of see, I know it's kind of hard with the glare of my ceiling fan kind of showing right on here. But the area that's around the cage is what we call the apex, right? And the reason why is that if you're looking at the net, right, the triangle, right, the back of the cage, or X, right, is kind of like the top of that triangle looking thing. And so that's the area. And then of course down here you see the two islands, right? So we're going to concentrate mainly on the apex today. So let me see where here is mine, right? So let me just erase that so you guys can kind of see what we have here. All right. I'm gonna move this over here so you guys can see a little bit better. Right, this way that's not really great. Right, so you guys can see. So the first move that we're going to go over here, and something that you guys can work on at home, is what we call the sit or the hesitation dodge. All right. One of the things that we want to do when we concentrate on dodging in the apex, which is around the cage, is this is a great spot for us to dodge as attackmen because there's a lot of stuff going on right around the cage. Right, there's the crease that you're not allowed in. There's the net that's sticking out that the defenseman has to be weary of. Right, it's a game of angles where the guys have to chase you. It's a great opportunity for you to stop and go. Slides are coming. There's a lot there, and so it causes a lot of confusion amongst your defenders when you're that close to the cage. It's kind of like all hands on deck as a defense when you are dodging in the apex area. All right, and so the first dodge that we're going to go over is just what we call the sit. All right, I'll put that number there, the sit dodge. And it's going to sound almost exactly like what it says. It's actually exactly what it says. It just means that you're going to dodge, and as you dodge, you're going to sit right there at X. You're going to stop, like literally stop. So if I'm dodging right to my right hand, I'm going to go, my hand is up, and I'm going to stop. My inside and my outside foot is going to stop. It's going to plant. I'll hesitate, right? Because what happens is with a lot of defenders, when they see you stop and hesitate, they think you're going to do what? Roll back, right? But they just stop, makes your defender think, and then you keep going on and around the cage from there, all right? And you kind of toe the line. Right? So that's just the first dodge, right, that you can work on your own. Very simple. Go find a crease, maybe set up some cones, right? Practice, get that hand up. You're running, you're cradling, you sit, you plant, right, and then you go. If you want to do a little fake, right, a little rocker, and then keep going, you can add that into it as well. All right. The second dodge that we have is what we call the sit to roll. Once again, I know these names are very creative, but it's exactly what it sounds like, right? It's the same dodge. Let me go ahead and move our line here so you guys can see a little bit better. Right, we're going to start over here, right? As you dodge, once again, you're going to sit, All right, you're gonna sit right there. You'll take a couple steps, and then you'll roll back and come around this way. All right, because a lot of times what we see, especially at the varsity level or the high school level, is that most righty attackmen want to go to the right, and most lefty attackmen want to go to your left, and you need to be proficient at both. And so what happens is you get this defenseman going to your right, right? You sit, it causes them to hesitate for a moment. You take 3 more steps forward, and then as soon as they now have started their speed again, trying to beat you to GLE here, you roll back on them, and now you might have the advantage going back the other side. All right? Now remember, when you roll dodge, it's important that as you're coming this way, as I turn, right, I'm going to turn and keep the stick in my hand. So I'm going to turn first, and then as I've turned, right now my back is between me and my stick, that's when I'll change hands and keep going. Right? You don't want to, as I get here, right, change hands, then turn, because guess what's left hanging is the stick here in your left hand. All right? So remember, as we're dodging, we're going to plant, roll back with the stick still in my right hand. As soon as I finish the roll, I switch over to my left, and now I'm coming around this cage left side. So that's our sit to roll. All right? That's dodge number 2. All right? And our third dodge for you guys to work on in the next couple of days is just a roll, re-roll. All right? It's exactly what it sounds like. All right? So let me draw this back up here. All right? You're going to start over here. All right? Once again, we're going to go to our right. You get to X and you do a little sit. All right? You see how this is all building up in our progression of dodges here. We sit. You take 3 steps and you roll. You take another 3 steps, and then you roll again, and now you're coming back around right-handed. All right? So remember, so you're going to your right, you're going to sit, take a couple 3 steps, right? You're going to roll back, right? Keeping that stick in your right hand as you roll, right? Put it in your left. Now you're attacking from the left side. You're going to roll again, turn with your stick in your right hand, and then you're going to take off around the side. All right? So those are our 3 dodges that you guys can work on over the next few days. You got your sit. Right, it's a hard sit, a hesitation, give a little rocker if you want. There's the sit to roll, right, and then there's the roll, re-roll. All right, guys, get to work on that, and we'll come back next time to go over dodging and what to do when we get to the island.